If someone asked you about the basics of life, what are you going to tell them? If someone asked you that you gotta go back to the basics of life, what is going to come to your imagination at that moment in time? What are you going to come to think of immediately when someone tells you, let's think about the basics of life? As for me, I will think about the smallest building block of society, which is the family, the basics. And I will also think about the meaning of life, purpose, what matters. And so I'll go and I'll merge those two things, the purpose of life and the family, and bring those two things together to form the purpose of a family. How do you raise a purpose-driven family? I want to explore that topic even as I continue with this series, so stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
So the basics, when all is said and done, the basics are not anything complicated. Basics are never complicated. They're very straightforward, they're very simple, and that's why they're called the basics. And at the basics, even though they are simple, they are integral. They are also very extremely, maybe not to say rudimentary, but they are very core, so to speak. In that you remove the basics and everything else crumbles. You remove the source code from the program you've been building, everything crumbles. You remove the building blocks of society, everything crumbles. You remove the basics of any foundation, whether it's for a building, it's for a project, whatever. Things crumble, things come to a standstill, or things go wrong. Now, when it comes to family, it is a basic building block of society. And when you're talking about building block of society, like I've said in the previous episodes, I am not just talking about breeding. I'm not just talking about bringing forth children and nurturing them. I'm talking about building this world and managing this world, the family being at the core, the family being at the center of it all. That's why a purpose-driven family, I do believe, is one of the things that we need the most, because changes normally happen in individual families. And therefore, if you wanted this society to actually be built up, instead of looking at the government seriously, instead of looking at the private sector, not to say that those things are not important, instead of looking at the public sector, private sector, the governments of the day, the United Nations, the East African community. I'm sorry. Instead of looking at those things, why not go to the basics where the family, each family is built up to contribute to society? The question will be, how do we do it? The answer is as straightforward as the question is basic. It is starting with you as an individual, especially as the leader of the house, as the leader of the home. It starts with you. Traditionally, guys in religion will know that a woman, a mother, a wife, is predominantly a helper. And I know in this day and in this age of gender fluidity and equality and all that stuff, people will start arguing with me. I'm not up for that kind of a fight. Straightforward, you will know that for the most part, the lady, the mother, the girlfriend, the woman, the wife, she's predominantly a nurturer. She's predominantly a helper. In other words, she comes alongside to support a guy who knows exactly what they're doing. So in short, and let me tell you something about a lady. This is not original with me. This is original with Dr. Miles Munro, who passed away. He says that she has an innate capacity to incubate anything you give her. And therefore, if a man has a vision or has a purpose, let me tell you something, and the woman gets a hold of it, let me tell you, that vision, that purpose, easily becomes the purpose of the family. She is the one who's going to run with it. There's a time I spoke in these episodes about the importance of people in your purpose pursuit, and one of the things that I talked about is the kind of guys who are called collaborators, people who are pushing you even much more than you are in charge of the vision. This is what your wife will do. This is what a mother will do. This is what a lady will do when she meets a man who knows his purpose, who knows where he is going. She is going to push him. She is going to infuse that knowledge, that pursuit, that direction into the family also. That's what a woman does for the most part. So you've been asking me, how am I going to start building a purpose-driven family? Well, get yourself purpose. Start with you. I'm talking to the man. And if you're a single lady, the same happens with you. I mean, if you're a single man, the same thing happens with you. This is where now equality comes into place. There is no law that says it's only the man who is supposed to have a vision. There is no law that is saying that women are only supposed to be followers and they can't lead. I would be wrong to state that. But I'm saying the beginning point of building a purpose-driven family is to have the leader of that particular family, or the leaders, let me just clarify. It is for the leaders to have purpose in and of themselves, individually. And therefore that purpose gets infused into the rest of the family, either naturally or maybe also intentionally. And for the most part, it's going to be naturally. They are going to catch the vision. The kids are going to catch the vision for the most part. Let me tell you, they catch it more than you teach it. They catch it more than you're going to instruct them about it. Not that instruction is not needed. It is needed. But the beginning place of raising a purpose-driven family is to get vision, get purpose yourself as an individual. And I will tell you this, that purpose is not something that is selfish. It is something that is selfless. It is about the community. It is about others. It is about doing something greater and grander than ourselves. It is about something that is not selfish. It is something that is out there benefiting someone else. Like Simon Sinek will tell you, leaders eat last. That is what purpose does for you. If you do not know how to get purpose for yourself, the question is, how hungry are you? How bad do you want to know it? And the moment you make a decision to know what that purpose is, let me tell you, courses will come your way, coaches will come your way, mentors will come your way, books will come your way. The question is, what do you want? How bad do you want it? If you wanted to discover what your purpose is so that you can infuse it into the family, I can help you with that. Go to lifesignatures.life. Check in there for the Discover Your Purpose course. Click on it. Only $129. In 8 weeks, you are clear about what your purpose is. The only thing that remains is the deployment of that particular purpose. And guess what? As you deploy your purpose, your wife, your children, your family, they cannot fail to get infused into it, even if they're going to take their own tangents, going to do their own things, because people are unique in their own ways. Not everyone is supposed to be forced to serve a purpose. People have their own individual purposes to serve. But even in that method, in that going in their own tangents, they will never be delinked from the purpose of the family. They will find a way to come and support it, uphold it. Sometime they might even walk away, but they will be the very ones that you give on the baton, pass on the baton to them and say, yes, the Namales, their work in this world, their contribution in this world will be to build schools, to build hospitals, to build libraries. And the Namalelings, the guys who are going to come after me, I tell ya, they will not fall away from it. The fruit doesn't fall away far from the tree. I'm telling you, they're going to follow it. That is how you raise a purpose-driven family. You start with yourself by finding out what your purpose is initially. That's it. It is not rocket science. It is that straightforward. It is that simple. So what is your purpose? If you know what your purpose is, live it, deploy it, be passionate with it, be seen doing it, and the guys will automatically catch that vision. Let me tell you something about my son. Occasionally, I take some time to create some videos. Do it yourself. I use a video pad to do this. I curate some of these podcasts, just clips of it, and then I put photos on it, and he makes a video. I taught him how to do it. Let me tell you, today he's taught me how to use video pad, but I'm the one who introduced him to it. I'm telling you, they catch the vision. It is an automatic thing. If you wanted to raise a purpose-driven family, get purpose yourself. Tomorrow we'll look at another way you can be able to raise a purpose-driven family. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.